There was a time when everybody wanted big, chunky vehicles. What I call a chunky design. What I mean by a chunky design is very square, very slab-sided, very thick, very muscular. And that is why this new product from China, it's called Jaecoo, is selling so well. Now, it's just been launched, and the response from social media is just very good. Showroom response has been very good. They've already started delivering these cars. You'll already start seeing it on the road. But what is amazing is, I've just been driving it for a few days, and you already have people coming up to me and asking me, what car is this? What brand is this? Where is it from? And the most common question is this a product from, I can't mention the name because they'll get upset, but a big British iconic SUV company? Because it's got that company's look and design language. If you look at it from this angle, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. That means you don't see the grille, you don't see the rear of the car. You see from this angle, you say, hey, this is from the British company, and the British company happens to be owned by a big Indian conglomerate. I'm not going to mention the brand, but you'll know it. So they think that this vehicle comes from that brand, but it's not. It's from China. And yes, some people will say, oh, maybe they've mimicked the design. Well, really not, because why? Design languages now are so common, so hard to mix and match. You have to look at the design and say, yes, some of the elements are from this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand. But it doesn't mean they mimic the brand. It just happened to be like that. Yes, they might have got inspiration from the brand, but they've done a very good job in putting it together to make it very desirable. And if you look at it, it's not that big. If you look at it in pictures, it's not as big as you think, because in pictures it shows a very big car, but look at it. I'm not very tall. I'm not very fat. It's a very nice, compact, I'll choose the word compact SUV. It's got big wheels, it's got that chunky sides, like I said earlier, and you've got that nice glass area that shows that it's sleek, like the car that it happens to mimic. And here's the best part. With all the new vehicles coming in from China, which happen to be electric, this one uses petrol. And that puts a smile on my face, because you know why? I still like petrol-powered vehicles. So now let's look at the rear of this Jaecoo J7. It's called a J7. It's all-wheel drive. There is a two-wheel drive version also, but we are test driving the all-wheel drive. So like I said earlier, look at it. It's not that big, not that tall. At the back, you get a decent size boot. Easy to slide in and take a seat. And you'll notice that paint quality, fit, finish, material, it's all about the same as what you get in the current range of vehicles costing around 200,000 ringgit. 190, 200, 210, 220. And this is why made in China vehicles like this are coming in and making a big impact, because this J7 only costs 148,800. Yes, 148,800. And that's for the four-wheel drive version. The two-wheel drive version is only 138,800. So when you consider the price difference of 10,000 ringgit, I think a lot of people will go for the four-wheel drive. For me, I'll go for the two-wheel drive, because why? I'm not going to go off-road. This thing can go off-road. The four-wheel drive can go off-road. We've seen videos of it doing some amazing things off-road. And when I use the word amazing, really amazing. It's got terrain response and everything else. But do we really need to go off-road? No. So I'm a city dweller. I don't go fishing. I don't go camping. I don't go extreme sports. So a two-wheel drive at 138,800 will suddenly make you think, look at the competition. And the competition, whether it's from China or from other parts of the world are all slightly more expensive. And the ones that are closely priced can't match the build, features, and cabin quality. Once you get into the cabin and take for a drive, I will show you even more. Now, pop-up door handles. Come and look at this interior. So you understand better what I'm talking about when I say it's got, see, electric seat when you open the front door. And is there space for us? Even with the seat right back, this is maximum, huh? There's space, there's aircon vents here, and the seat in front I can move it. You know why? There's little switches here. So if you're using this car as like say, you know, to be chauffeur driven and you want to sit at the back, you can adjust the seat easily. You got a full length sunroof, you got a premium Sony sound system, leather everywhere, coat hanger here, grab handles, everything feels a little bit expensive. When you get in front, even when the door shuts with, you know, it shuts showing that it's got quality. Driver gets a nice small, I like this, small but tech feature filled infotainment screen. Instrument cluster, sorry, not infotainment screen, instrument cluster. Infotainment screen is here, it's touch screen, it's easy to use. As you can see, you can just, like all the rest, you got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And here's the best part, you've got an assistant in the screen.
Hi, may I help you?
Jaecoo, can you tell me the nearest place to go and have a good breakfast? It's waiting to tell me where to go and have a good breakfast. Okay, so there is an assistant. Maybe you need to load in all the maps and information. Yeah, so it's fully equipped. Ignition button is here. Gear shifter. Now, I want to emphasize this gear shifter because you're going to like it. Look at this. I know it's a small thing, but it's a nice, chunky gear shifter. Then you got your terrain mode here.
Normal mode.
You got off-road. You got eco.
ECL mode. Off-road mode.
Okay. You got sand.
Sand mode.
You got mud.
Mud mode.
You got snow.
Snow mode.
You got sport.
Sport mode.
Normal.
Normal mode.
And back to eco.
ECL
So
mode.
you can really go off-road with this vehicle. It's fully equipped. So let's take it for a short test drive. Okay. So step inside the Jaecoo J7. I showed you earlier, big screens. Driver information screen is straightforward. You can see right through the steering wheel. You know, all the information is there. Whatever you need is there. Nothing lacking. Audio visual entertainment, camera, aircon controls, everything is situated in this nice big screen, touch screen of course, easy to use. The only problem is, I think for me it's a little bit too big. I know some people like big screens. Some people get into the car, the first thing they say, wow, nice big screen. I'm not into big screens. I think they're a little bit distracting, but there is a whole demographic of buyers out there not like me, so that's fine. Did you see that? So every time you take a turn, the camera comes on. It shows you, you know, whether you're turning in, turning out, what is at the side of you. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay. So these are great features that come with this J7. Why I say great features? Because a lot of people like all these things. They like all this tech in cars. I'm not totally taken by them. I'm just a simple driver. But people like that. Then you got the heads-up display. Again, when you're turning around, you see it. So this car comes with a 1.6 liter turbocharged petrol engine. Let me emphasize that. It's not electric, it's not hybrid. It's a conventional petrol engine. So remember that. New cars coming from China, yes, you have electric cars, you have also petrol cars. And why? Because they see a big market still for petrol cars. So it's got a 1.6 litre engine, 194 horsepower. Very decent power from a 1.6 turbo. And it's a 4-cylinder turbo. Let me remind you that a lot of the rivals in this segment are having 3-cylinder turbocharged engines. Now, there's nothing wrong with 3-cylinder engines, but there's a lot of buyers out there who just want a 4-cylinder. And I'm one of them. There's just something about a 4-cylinder that seems more logical. But new technology has made 3-cylinders very, very smooth and efficient. But put all that aside, this is a 4-cylinder turbo, 290 Newton meters of torque. And when you want to get going, it goes. It's not blindingly fast like an electric car, but there's enough power. It gets going. 9.9 seconds from 0 to 100 acceleration time. It's got a very nice 7-speed gearbox. Why I say very nice? It's smooth shifting. There's no delay. It works very nicely. Okay? So, you've got a 4-wheel drive SUV that looks really good. I like the look. Maybe you might not, but I like the look. It's got a very nice, I would say, premium cabin. I use the word premium because the material, fit and finish, sound insulation, it all says a little bit premium, yet I'm only paying 148,800. So go to a Jaecoo showroom, take this out for a test drive, understand what you're getting for your money, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you happen to test drive the competition on the same day. Do the test drive on the same day. Because back to back, if you test drive the competition, you realize that, hey, it's not a lot of money for this car, because why? I'm getting so much and more.